But then, man, but Jeremy Doku, what are they gonna do, bro? Like Jeremy Doku, bo Kovacic.
The defending champions versus the most decorated champions of this competition, man.
Now I'm even tired of this fixture.
Yeah, man.
City won the first one, and then Madrid won the second one, then City won the third one.
Don Carlo, Mr. Eyebrow, cling.
We're not gonna survive though. First of all, our injuries are mild. Hey, Madrid injuries.
But then Courtois out.
People don't know that.
Courtois out. Militao is out.
Who's your keeper?
Courtois back in training, light training.
Out again.
Hey, man, we have injuries.
He was back in training.
Hey, you guys are finished.
Man, we have injuries.
Just play Lunan over Kepa.
Yeah, don't play Kepa.
Cantelena Caval gets injured, he comes back. Maybe
But Bokava,
hey, man, Carvajal later, people underrate
he's been in form
Carvajal.
this season, honestly.
Carvajal.
But then, no, but we know.
I feel like people think that they've seen him for a long time now, but he's just performing every other game.
Yeah,
he's like Dalot, performing every other game.
True.
Hey,
So for me, I feel I want Madrid to win, but then
we're not gonna.
But then I've got this feeling that City will just.
Man, City are going to demolish
But then
us.
Ghana City are just.
But then, Loki, this season, I feel like City is weak.
Gundogan is gone. You have to bear that in mind.
But remember when this guy said this one time? He's like, City's weak. City's not gonna win anything. Then they want to treble.
Nah, but they were weak. But then they had players that had to come back.
Yeah.
But now those guys aren't there at all. They're gone. Gundogan is gone. Mahrez is gone. Laporte is gone. Like De Bruyne, he looks like a shell of himself. Honestly.
Saying De Bruyne is finished.
No, I'm not saying he's finished. He just looks like he just doesn't look as if.
It's like the graph is like.
Yeah, it's like you can see what like his body is. It's catching.
He was at the
up.
peak and now he's like.
Yeah, because he's getting injured a lot.
And he's getting old. That's
injured
also
a
a
lot.
factor.
He's getting these real carrying muscle injuries that come every season.
And he's getting old. Guy is like 33, isn't it?
Yeah, he's getting old. Yeah,
So for what you guys are saying, I'm hearing that Madrid is facing a lot of injuries coming into this time.
And Man City are no longer who they are.
But then, what Jeremy Doku, what are they gonna do? Like Jeremy Doku, bo Kovacic, bo Matthews Nunes, like what are those guys gonna do, though? Like what are those guys gonna do?
Toni Kroos assisted after 7 seconds coming into the German game. 7 seconds.
Like, okay, who from the Man City midfielder can match up against Toni Kroos? Just give me a name.
Montana is
City.
I
feel like City have a first 11 and then that's it.
I trust.
For now we can bring on Brahim Diaz.
I trust Guardiola to just do something.
But we are 1 yellow card. The thing is, we are 1 yellow card away from a suspension. I think it's Jude, Chouamini.
I feel like
so we need to.
I feel like Madrid is just tactically vulnerable. That's my problem with Madrid. But like, I feel like the tactics are a bit flimsy.
Talent-wise,
they have a lot of talented players,
tactics.
but then the tactics are just like.
So what I wanted to find out and ask you guys is, where does either one team win this game? Meaning, how does Madrid take advantage of City's weaknesses and vice versa?
As like you have seen in the past, don't let Madrid stay in the game. You have to eliminate them from the tie.
Guardiola is going to play Stones in the midfield. Next to Rodri.
I mean, like, we already know how the game is gonna pan out. Man City are gonna dominate possession. Madrid are just gonna stay in the tie. We wait for that striking opportunity.
Vini's gonna do a rainbow flip.
Like if you actively concede the ball to Man City,
that's what they like.
The thing about Man City is when you attack them, they break. So Carlo gonna go like when they eliminated them that 4-3 game. Madrid were like, "Nah, we are not gonna like we're gonna go for
The
it.
idea of football is surrounded by control and controlling
possession.
spaces and making sure everybody's in position so
Switching
that
the ball from one
so that
side
when
to
things
another,
happen,
trying this side,
you get
trying
me?
this side,
Like
you
he
know.
always thinks about
Basically, his form of defense is just controlling the game.
controlling the
Attack,
spaces.
control
Yeah,
the
so
game.
then when you
Get hold of
actively
the ball.
concede possession to a team that plays to control,
You are playing
the
to
ball.
its advantage.
Yeah, it's like you're playing exactly into the hand.
But I think City have been like counted too much this season, like by literally almost every team. Even I think Bournemouth.
But it's not easy.
Yes, but then
It's easy to say, well, yeah, City have been counted, but then, like, how many teams have successfully done it in one game?
the thing is, you know what the thing is? Teams do it a lot. It's just that they don't score. With
No,
City.
even when teams score, we did score because that's what we were doing.
And we had many chances.
We scored like 4 goals. We scored 4. We draw 4-4, and then we drew again. Yeah, so
Even
it's
after
like
winning the 1-1.
yeah, but it's like I'm saying, but like you saw the 4-4 game. We conceded first. No one against the run of play, and then we scored 2, and then they came back crushingly and scored 3, bruv.
But then,
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
I
like-
get that. I get that. But it's,
If you have to play on the counter against City, it's cool. But then if you actively concede possession,
okay.
you're gonna concede chances.
That's where the
They're gonna
danger is.
definitely-
And they know how to
because
play.
they know what they're doing.
Hey.
Yeah.
You give United the ball, we're
To
just
that-
gonna switch
to
the
that
flank.
point,
Where you're talking about actively conceding possession to City and waiting and staying compact. When you do break and steal possession, hit them on the counter. I think Madrid is well equipped
That the masters of that art.
for that art.
They are the masters, but then
The question is, can
but
we
then-
stop them from
But
scoring?
then my question then becomes for like if City has like 75% of the ball, are you able to keep somebody like Vinicius in the game? Somebody who has to be having the ball a lot to concentrate or
to
like
warm his muscles.
yeah, or are you able to defend with people like Vinicius and and guys like
You
that?
saw that Liverpool final, like, and how we were playing.
You get
Liverpool
me?
versus
But like,
Madrid.
okay, it's cool. But like, you can be compact and stay back.
Real Madrid was
But
defending the
then
whole
it's
time.
City that you're talking about.
against Man City, but
Hey,
And Contra basically won us that game.
But still, I still think
That's another
Madrid
factor.
and what I give Carlo Ancelotti credit is game management, knowing when to apply certain tactics at the right time, knowing when to press, knowing when to fall back, knowing when to just pass the ball in the midfield triangle and just keep possession for at least 5 minutes at least to ease the pressure. I feel like Carlo Ancelotti has those tactics implemented into the team. You know, I believe in Madrid's ability to do that.
when you play against people that actively control that space, how often can Toni Kroos switch that ball to somebody who's free?
Yes.
Somebody who's controlling space, who's planning to control space.
So I think because of that, it's very balanced. Because
Yeah.
City are also running the risk because they leave them open.
But I feel City are running a lesser risk.
No,
because
no.
they are running a risk that they have prepared for. Do you get me?
But then
We don't have control.
The thing is, we get in situations where now because
One shot on target against Lunin could be a goal. Though.
because of those one-on-one, you find yourself in one-on-ones against Vin, you know, one-on-ones with Edison, one-on-ones with Diaz, you know, and that's very risky to have as a team against Madrid.
Okay.
Having that
Walker's out, right?
having that against Solanke is fine,
Yeah, Walker's
but having that
Walker's out.
against Madrid,
Against Rodrigo.
against Rodrigo, so it's very different.
Against Brahim
That's what I'm
Diaz.
saying, it's balanced.
But like I understand that,
Against
but then when you say City controls majority of the possession, when you say you're saying City is gonna dominate possession, right?
yes.
And then when you dominate possession, that means you're in control of whatever's happening on the field most of the time. Because the game is played according to the ball. So if you have the ball, you're controlling what's happening.
You're even disrupting.
And then when you lose the ball, you know how to press and attack and mitigate that loss.
Yes, you know, like, okay, the ball is here. So if we lose it, we can immediately press this area to win it back. So if you're playing or counter-attack, you have to actively always escape that sustained pressure. You get me?
Yes.
And it's very hard.
Yes, but
to
then
do that.
the other thing that's there.
But then
it's Madrid.
yes, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say about on the other side, Madrid has to defend and be compact against one of the teams that actively try to break down low blocks every weekend.
That they know how to do that.
It's what they do every weekend.
Very few position.
I think we just touched that. They need them.
How often does Madrid defend in their league games? How often do they stay back and stay in a compact block?
Yes.
You know what? You see, so now they're doing something that they aren't actively used to, and they're using it like to defend against a team that's doing something.
I mean, this season it's been a rare occurrence, but like previous seasons, like it's been something that we've seen, like that whole run to the UEFA, like against PSG. Only difference is that Benz is gone, but like these are the same guys who did that.
No, but I can understand that. But I'm not disputing Madrid's quality. I'm just saying, but like if you play to a team's advantage, something that they actively practice to do, you're giving them an advantage already.
So you think
why rather not do something that's counter,
like Liverpool?
Yes, but why not attack it? Why not attack
High press
or high press?
Yeah,
because that's not what they're expecting.
They struggled against Liverpool. I'm not sure where the first.
But for like you're doing something that these guys didn't think of.
That's what I like.
I feel so. What are we saying? What are we saying? What's the score prediction?
Me, I want to know.
Like for the league.
For both leagues.
Are you home or away? First league. You don't know. I also don't know.
Yo, it doesn't really matter though, because of the quality of the players.
No, the Bernabeu matters. Bernabeu matters.
If the Bernabeu matters, then the Etihad matters.
Nigga, what atmosphere is at the Etihad?
Sellout stadium.
You know the Bernabeu major.
No, you guys,
You were there.
No. These guys will say what the Bernabeu is big, yeah. Okay,
You were
sure,
there,
yeah,
bro.
fine. But then these guys lose games at the Bernabeu.
But you were there.
But it's
At the biggest stage.
But it's Champions League.
It's
And it's Carlo on top of that.
It's their competition.
It's cool.
You were there when Alaba was lifting that chair. You were there.
It's cool, and I understand all that, dog. But then sometimes these things, when it comes to certain quality players, they don't matter.
I hear. Okay.
These guys have been to the Bernabeu, dog.
That's his point. Me.
These guys have been to the
I
Bernabeu.
feel you, but yo.
If the first fixture is at the Etihad and Madrid lose no less by 1 goal, they're proceeding.
If they lose at the Bernabeu,
They can lose to one. They can lose 1-0, 2-1.
That's my talk. If Madrid stay in the tie,
it's
I don't know.
It's over.
Plus, since we're talking about midfield, Jude remember is gonna be helping. He's not Benzu who like. He's a false nine. He's not a target man striker.
Usually
So it's like a diamond.
yeah, but then with all this being said,
Hey, but false nine. So he's the one who's dropping behind and Vini and Ronaldo. We are agreeing.
But the guy is basically playing.
Hey, for most of the time he's going to be in the midfield. Most of the time he is in the
A
midfield.
false nine is also a striker. It's not.
We're not really rejecting,
He's
but
a
he's
striker
more
that
of a
arrives late to the box.
box.
So, just like Benz, kind of Benz knew when I hold up the ball, I release to Vinicius, then I drop back. He's going to dribble that other
Hey,
then he's
that
going
I
to
can
dribble.
understand. That's all tactical stuff, and it's because Madrid don't have a striker right now.
Hey.
They're using Bellingham there actually.
Most of the time he will be in the
Which
midfield.
I feel like is going to work to the advantage. That's why
But-
the midfield battle is something that's going to be key to
And
this
I'm
game.
hearing you guys discarding where it doesn't matter whether it's Etihad or what, but this affected both of that previous 2 ties. When they started at Etihad, Madrid stayed in the game, and what happened? Rodrigo and the headlines, and then when they started at the Bernabeu, they drew, and like we all know what happened at
Like, how did you anticipate for Asensio was going to do that?
That game Madrid was hanging on, bro.
That's why I'm like Madrid, the masters of staying in the tie.
That's why we're saying it's the Bernabeu major.
But
You can't explain it.
But
Yo,
like
yo.
against people that have experience against you, people that have played against you 3 times, they know. I was like it's not like you're playing against Dortmund or you're playing against.
Ish, bruh, even if you know, dog, it's
what?
just like you can't stop it. Like the possession, you know, like Madrid know.
You know
they're
an
playing
asteroid
against
is
possession.
coming.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you
It's
stop
balanced.
it?
You know,
through balls going to vision.
like that's why Liverpool and City games are entertaining. You know what's going to happen, but it's difficult to predict because it's two things that work against each other. So I feel like in this case it's balanced. It's so balanced, but also it depends because we know we know what City are going to do.
You know what
we know what Madrid are going to do.
You know what I feel? I feel like City is going to dominate the game regardless of the result.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, that's always the point.
Because they've dominated both games before.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
that's
get
why I
to
was saying that's always the point.
Score predictions and who's progressing.
I'm saying City will win
City
the
will
first leg, and then maybe like 2-1,
I don't see how we are surviving.
and then a 1-1.
I don't
I'm
see
saying
how
City
we
are going through. Honestly.
Unless we
Sure,
know
come on.
Ronaldo or something. I don't see how we are
Why another
progressing.
mass and
So City's going to
Hala Madrid
Sure.
through to the semi-final.
Now I'm saying Etihad, bro, they're gonna lose. Madrid is losing. Madrid is losing at the Etihad. First leg.
But why do they-
Second leg. Second leg is gonna be tough. But you're gonna see a celebration like this.
An ugly goal on top of that.
Scruffy. You know those ones where it's Vinny on the wing, he crosses it gets deflected, and then somebody's there, and then you see this, and then they're through to the semi. So Madrid is through.
Madrid is because I don't want to see City go back to that.
City are going to win.
Because I feel like if they
win,
if they beat Madrid,
nobody's stopping them.
it's time.
Nobody's stopping them.
Arsenal they did it in the league. So
So what are you saying? Bro?
yeah, man, like no same thing I said about like no Arsenal, right? Yeah, like Arsenal, like I said they're gonna win. So basically, it means City are gonna win. Whichever team that's home in the first leg is gonna win like 2-1, and then the other one is gonna win the second one 2-1, and it's gonna go to extra time. And I see an ugly goal from Madrid, or even 2 from Madrid. You saw what he did to Leipzig. Madrid are going.
Who? Can I ask a question? Who has a better bench?
That's a good question.
No, but it's Madrid because can I imagine if you start Chouameni, you start Jude, and who else in the midfield?
Kana for sure, Cruz,
they can't play together anymore.
Cruz, Modric can't play together anymore.
Hey,
So one of them is
on the bench.
So it's either Chouameni is on
That's
the
a
bench.
weapon.
That's
And we have Valverde.
Hey.
Jose.
So for sure it's either Camavinga or Valverde.
Valverde.
Those guys are good at changing games, masters of changing games from the bench.
Raheem Diaz.
Madrid is
You
strong.
saw what?
So Madrid has the stronger bench.
Yeah, because I feel like City's bench. Who do they have now?
Kovacic.
Matthias Grealish.
Nunes didn't step up to what we thought he was gonna be.
Did you see what Adagula did the last time he came?
I think
wonder
the bench game might play a pivotal role in this. That's why I have Madrid.
I feel like Ancelotti has more options to change